आडवाणी जी ने कदम उठाए, जिसने 60 साल अपनी पूरा जीवन लगा दिया होगा, और इस तरीके से अपमानित अपने लोगों के द्वारा किया जाएगा, तो सिवाय स्वाभिमानी आदमी के सामने इस्तीफा देने के अलावा और कोई रास्ता नहीं रहता। मध्य प्रदेश में श्री आडवाणी जी ने नरेंद्र मोदी जी की तारीफ भी की और उसके साथ साथ शिवराज सिंह जी की भी तारीफ की, क्योंकि वो उस प्रदेश में गए थे। इस पर भी जिस तरीके से उन पर हमला हुआ, मैं ये समझता हूं कि हम उनसे राय से जरा भी सहमत नहीं है, उनके विचारों से सहमत नहीं है, लेकिन एक राजनीतिक संस्कृति ये बता रही है कि बीजेपी किस तरह की राजनीतिक संस्कृति की तरफ आगे बढ़ रही है, जो कि देश के लिए घातक है।
जी Sanjeev, I'll come to you now. The BJP says that what we are seeing today is democratic crisis within the party. But in the interest of democracy, shouldn't the BJP then have held an internal vote to decide who the poll panel chief should be, or who should be the preeminent leader in the BJP when there were so many takers for it?
See what has happened. Party rank and file who were completely batting for Narendra Modi. And Narendra Modi and his team somehow managed to convince the leadership, especially Mr. Rajnath Singh, who has his own reasons, because it's a very interesting political chessboard which the BJP has placed out. Rajnath Singh tends to benefit in case for something Narendra Modi's juggernaut is stopped, then he becomes the next claimant to the post of prime ministerial candidate for the BJP. Advani and company are out and sulking. So none of them, Sushma Swaraj, all of them who were the original contenders are now out of the race. Arun Jaitley is supporting Rajnath Singh and Narendra Modi. So it's clearly a divided house, and there is no way that, however, whichever way you analyze it, you know, what is the percentage of harm and damage which has been caused to the BJP because of the dramatic developments which have unfolded today is a matter of debate. But nobody in his right mind, no analyst can say that today's developments in any which manner benefit the BJP as a democratic exercise. So it is, the damage, how much it is, can be debated.
We did not speak to Mr. Advani after the anointment, but of course there is no.
So the bigger question really is, what is the way forward? What is the face saver for Mr. Advani to withdraw his resignation? Apparently none. Because if 3 days, 1 week, 10 days down the line, if he is again overruled, next time his resignation will not even generate this much of heat and debate. So really, is it the end game for Advani? That is one question. B, if it is end game for Advani, then where does it leave Narendra Modi and company? What kind of a public perception they have? And what it means for building its credibility. So they cannot go back on that. So the Modi juggernaut right now looks unstoppable, but whether he can be checkmated, whether there can be other horses which can, which the BJP now decides to put forward to run along with Modi, that is a question, and the answer to that, it's difficult to guess in the future, but right now it looks very difficult.
All right, that's all the time that I have for this discussion. Mohan Prakash ji,
उसका जवाब अगर नहीं आता है और वो मौलिक सवाल उन्होंने उठाया है, पार्टी के मूलभूत आधार पर सवाल उठाया है, एक नेता नहीं कई नेताओं का के पर्सनल एजेंडे का सवाल उठाया है, तो इन सवालों का जवाब देश को देना ही पड़ेगा, बीजेपी को भी और अडवाणी जी को।
मोहन जी, जो मौलिक प्रश्न देश के जनता ने कांग्रेस से पूछा है भ्रष्टाचार को लेकर, क्या कांग्रेस ने उसका जवाब दिया है?
मैंने आपको कहा कि कम से कम भारतीय जनता पार्टी को भ्रष्टाचार के मामले में कोई विश्वसनीयता नहीं है। जो सूब बोले छलनियों बोले
तो और फिर मैं कहूंगा, जिस प्रकार से सीताराम केसरी और नरसिम्हा राव के साथ
बंदारू लक्ष्मण को पहले आप देख लीजिए, येदियुरप्पा को देख लीजिए, शंख को देख लीजिए, उसी कैग जिस कैग को लेकर आप कर रहे हैं उसी कैग ने उसने मोहन प्रकाश जी जिस कैग को लेकर आप हमारे ऊपर आरोप लगा रहे हैं, उसी कैग ने 43,000 करोड़ का नरेंद्र मोदी पर लगाया। जो 2004 में भी देखा, 2009 में भी देखा, 2014
ब्रेक, मुझे ब्रेक लेना है, यहीं पे खत्म करना पड़ेगा। Perhaps no political party can claim a moral high ground on the issue of corruption, but thank you, Mohan Prakash ji, Samvit Patra, as well as Sanjeev Srivastava for joining us on News Night. So it remains to be seen what will Mr. Advani be able to achieve after this resignation gambit. Will he be able to extract anything from the BJP and from the RSS that he has not been able to extract so far? We'll slip to a break now, but remember you can catch all the latest news from the world of politics, sports and business at DD News Twitter handle. It is DD News Live round the clock. You'll be back in just a bit. Please don't go anywhere. No cheerleaders and after-match parties in IPL. This is part of Jagmohan Dalmia's plan to clean up the sport. Under immense pressure to take a tough stand in a bid to restore the credibility of IPL, the BCCI in its emergency working committee meeting decided to suspend Raj Kundra, the co-owner of Rajasthan Royals team, despite, of course, deciding to bar the cheerleaders, as well as putting a number of restrictions insofar as the conduct of players and owners and the staff is concerned. The Tamil Nadu Police's crime branch CID intently led the IPL betting syndicate in Chennai. The question we're asking tonight is, will BCCI's Operation Cleanup save cricket? To discuss the same, I've been joined by V. Krishnaswamy, sports editor, New Gen Media. Also, Robin Singh, the BCCI should have refrained itself to just suspending Raj Kundra and in the past Gurunath Mayappan instead of suspending also CSK as well as Rajasthan Royals pending inquiry.
Well, I mean, I just hope they've called it as Operation Cleanup. I just hope it doesn't become Operation Cover-Up, because a lot of it seems to be old wine in old bottle. It's not even new. When you have somebody like, say, Mr. Jagmohan Dalmia, kind of saying all those things, things like, no cheerleaders, no after-match parties. I mean, I think the same thing was said by the previous IPL chairman, and when Shashank Manohar came in. That means, the Rajasthan Royals. I just hope they don't forget the fact that CSK was where the entire scandal began. So, it is, what is applicable to Rajasthan Royals is also applicable to CSK. Because here, of course, you might say that this person, Raj Kundra, is a minority owner, he's a co-owner with about 11.7% or something. But the fact remains that Gurunath Mayappan was also somebody connected with the CSK team for as much as 6 years. You could call him by any nomenclature. You could call him a team principal, you could call him a CEO, or you could call him an enthusiast.
But
the
some parallel cannot be drawn because, again, as you said, there is ambiguity over the exact nature of his role, of Gurunath Mayappan's role in CSK, whereas in this case we know that Raj Kundra holds an over 11% minority stake and is a co-owner of Rajasthan Royals.
But how now a lot of the focus has been deflected onto Rajasthan Royals. I'm not saying it's unfair, but I think that let's not forget where it all began. So CSK also needs to be kind of handled or tarred with the same brush as the Rajasthan Royals. So I think both of them are committed the same thing. We are talking about somebody who had access to the team, to the players, to information, and who allegedly has confessed to betting. Betting itself may be a very minor offense in the current legal scenario, but at the end of the day, fans like you and me got cheated.
Absolutely. Also, overall, do you think an attempt is there, and a lot of attempt is also being made to hide the real intentions, perhaps to window dress the entire issue? For example, the Mumbai police arrested Gurunath Mayappan on charges of betting. The Delhi police has not arrested Raj Kundra on charges of betting.
I think it's just a question of lessons being learned by Delhi police, because maybe say
Raj Kundra has confessed to betting or placing bets on matches that the team played, the Rajasthan Royals played in this season of the IPL. There are questions being raised that since Raj Kundra was is a co-owner, of course, a co-owner of the Rajasthan Royals, he may have had access to privileged information, and there is of that. So it may just not be allegations of betting against him, it may slowly snowball into allegations of fixing as well.
Absolutely. Till the time it actually snowballs or you got some kind of even circumstantial evidence that it is indeed spot fixing. At that point of time, I think maybe the Delhi police doesn't want to take the same risk. Not. As you said, there's a fair amount of window dressing going on here. I just hope.
Look at some of the points that are there as part of the Operation Cleanup of the IPL. It says adequate number of anti-corruption and security unit officials in the team hotel as well as the ground to supervise the proceedings should be deployed. It also says no national selector will be allowed to get associated with every financial transaction. Reminds me of Mahendra Singh Dhoni, that they are carrying out with any particular organization or person. If there is no will, really.
At least in the first two cases, you were always supposed to have enough number of anti-corruption unit people to take a watch, to take a kind of a look at the teams or make sure that there was nothing untoward going on. And what is the second point?
The second is that no national selector will be allowed to get
associated. Well, I think it's
a
case of kind of voting this table. Obviously it's a question of Krishnamachari Srikanth, because he was the national selector and also the mentor for CSK. Very, very clear. I mean, he was the only one there. But what about people holding positions in state associations? And the same people have brought him back. I mean, the charges were never proved against Dalmia, and the charges may now not be proved against either Mayappan or Rajkundra. So we'll be back to square one. So all this data will be wasted yet again.
Right. Thank you, V. Krishnaswamy, for joining us on
Pleasure.
Newsnight. So the apprehensions remain that the BCCI will once again try to window dress the problem, and of course, as it is said that actions speak louder than words. Let's see what the inquiry reports on CSK as well as Rajasthan Royals, on Rajkundra as well as Gurunath Mayappan say, whether any tough action will be taken in terms of suspension or life ban on any of them. Well, we'll slip into a break now. We'll be back with much more. Please don't go anywhere. Thanks for staying with us. You're watching Newsnight. Rupee continued its downward slide to touch a record low against the dollar. Strong dollar demand has led to the decline in the rupee. Meanwhile, the RBI as well as the government have said that they are monitoring the forex market and will do whatever is necessary to check the rupee slide. Trains and affecting normal life.
Heavy and incessant rain have thrown normal life out of gear in Mumbai due to low visibility. Bureau report.
Several people are feared trapped under the debris when a portion of a 4-story building collapsed in Mahim in central Mumbai today. Rescue party meeting called by the centre to discuss the Naxal menace has passed a unanimous resolution condemning the Naxal armed insurgency in left-wing extremism affected areas. Addressing the meeting, that's all that we have for you in Newsnight tonight, but we would be grateful to hear from you. Do write into us. Our Twitter handle is TD Newsnight. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, take care. Goodbye.